The thing that pulled me out of extremism the most was the love and respect and kindness and compassion of people when I deserved it the least. The human story. When I first got home from that tour in Afghanistan, I was transitioning over to civilian duty, and on my way home from that mission, the vehicle that I was driving, the back axle snapped, and I flipped it once end over end, and then 7 barrel rolls down the highway, military Humvee, and so I broke my back during that. And that was my addiction. That was the entrance to my addiction to opiate painkillers. And couple that with while I was in Afghanistan in 08-09, I lost a very dear comrade, Sergeant Daniel Wallace, a really amazing guy. That changed everything. I remember the moment that it went from fear and hypervigilance to full-on hatred. I wanted to eradicate Islam from the face of the earth. So with that in perspective, when I come out of the Army in 2013, the substance abuse spiraled quick, nosedived. And it went from painkillers to heroin because the painkillers weren't strong enough. From heroin, I started to experiment with other illicit drugs, methamphetamines, cocaine, all kinds of just bad stuff. And at one point I was using heroin and cocaine at the same time. Then switched that to heroin and meth at the same time, and I was a mess. So during that lowered inhibition, the lower self-control and the volatility of the substances, all the trauma came out. I, from an early age, remember that I hated homosexuals because I felt like every homosexual that I come in contact with was going to hurt me again.
Because of the abuse you had sustained in your childhood.
Yeah, absolutely. Because of the sexual trauma from the age of like 5 to 12 or 13, when I was able to kind of like fight it off and kind of outgrew that person's desire. And so that was the first hatred I ever experienced. And now there's Islam that's right there with it. So I come home, I'm anti everything. And I'm also at a time where Obama's making me choose. Like, mind blower, I voted for Obama while I was in Afghanistan. I also radicalized under Obama when I joined the KKK. So you have to choose. There's no room for individuality at that point in the country, and even worse today, right? I'm either pro-life or I'm pro-choice. I am Republican or I am a Democrat. I am, for example, in today's society, you're either all lives matter or Black Lives Matter, right? So that makes me really angry. And I see that like at every turn, society is attacking me because I don't know where I stand on issues. Also missing camaraderie, I'm missing the family, I'm missing the belonging to a cause. So I was craving that. And I found a place that I was able to openly express my hatred for Islam and Muslims. And that was the KKK.
What made you leave that world?
Once again, more than one thing that culminates to a spear point. So over the course of my involvement with that group, my addiction was getting more and more substantial. My wife reached out to another former.
When you say former, you mean?
Former white supremacist. He was the founder of one of the largest neo-Nazi groups in Milwaukee at the time in the 90s, the Hammerskins, one of the formers. Founders. And, so he was doing this unheard of de-radicalization work. And to find somebody who could see the misery was a hope, it was a beacon. So I clung to that. So once we got me sober of mind, we were able to then start to, and we built a relationship. We built a genuine, organic love and appreciation for each other and respect. And at that point, my cognitive opening would allow me to receive his words instead of become defensive and angry and push back.
What has the reaction been here at the summit to the people who heard your panel, the people with whom you've conversed?
Overwhelming. Just such an outpour of support and respect, and from people which I don't deserve it from, because of what I belong to, what I supported.
You've had a remarkable life journey. Chris, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity, and I really appreciate everything that this summit has put together, and look forward to just seeing the amazing things that come out of the collaboration of talent here.
Fantastic. Thank you again.
Yes, sir.